Be going live in a second here. Alright, welcome everybody to the game plan, and thanks for supporting the site. Looking forward to breaking up today's slate with you guys. Should be a good one. I'm seeing kind of interesting setup today. A lot more interesting than last time when there were definitely like locks. I don't think we're going to see that a ton tonight. But I'll just jump right into it here with some lineups. So kind of go through the games real quick. Detroit, everyone's healthy. Tony Snell is back in the starting lineup. Cleveland, we got Chetty Osman questionable, so if he's out, Kevin Porter makes a nice play. Orlando, MCW's back. That's the only difference. But Vooch is still out. Muni's still out. Kind of landing me on some Terrence Ross and Gordon, Fournier. Those guys look nice. Wizards, Troy Brown got benched in the second half, so it's kind of a question whether he starts or does Isak Bonga start. I mean, it doesn't really matter a ton for DFS. But CJ Miles is out, and I think that benefits Rui Hachimura. So maybe I take some shots on him. So what had been happening is CJ Miles. So maybe I'll look at some game flows to see if that will move the needle. Alright. Dallas. Tim Hardaway's been averaging 30 minutes a game recently, so that's been a lot. That's kind of in the back of my mind. Dwight Powell played a lot of minutes last game, but it's been pretty inconsistent. Porzingis, I guess, seems like a kind of low projection. I'll have to check into that. Any locks tonight? Thoughts on Yahoo? I'll have to do some Yahoo in a little bit here. Alright, let me double check this projection here for Porzingis. Wow, he's only 6,500. That's kind of crazy. On DraftKings, on FanDuel a little bit more expensive, but so that's explaining why he's not really shut off for me on FanDuel here. Alright. So Pelicans, we got Ken Rich out. That's making Josh Hart kind of pop out. Lonzo Ball started the game, so maybe he's in a good spot. Brandon Ingram played like 40 minutes, so I'm kind of looking at him. And then I think let me just go to the game floor here. I think that Okafor only played the first half, and then Hayes started the second half. So that's making me think that maybe Hayes starts this game. We'll have to wait a little bit to find out, but if he starts, I mean, 4,500 seems like a decent price. Miami, we got Goran Dragic out, and Kendrick Nunn's going to pop because of that. Also, Justice Winslow, I feel like maybe he starts this game. I assume if it's in Toronto, this is an early game, so we should know by lock what the starting lineup is. Let me just double check that, because I don't want to say anything that's totally wrong. Okay, so we got 6:30, 7:30, so 30 minutes after lock. So we probably want to know if Winslow starts. If Winslow starts, I really think he's an awesome play. If he's off the bench, like a pretty good play, so I might take some shots there. I think Nunn is the real beneficiary here. Toronto, Ibaka's back. This is making me not really like Gasol, Ibaka, or Boucher. Houston, House is questionable. That's maybe if he's out, Macklemore is a good play again. Capella's back though. I think he's kind of expensive today, but that's going to affect Westbrook because Westbrook rebounds a lot more with Capella off the floor. So, don't love that. Spurs, Aldridge is out. Pirtle's probably going to get the start, and Gay as well. Gay looks pretty cheap here at FanDuel. Pirtle And Trey Lyles are kind of the center duo now, so either of those guys makes nice play. Derek White's been starting, so DeJounte Murray has kind of been relegated to a lower role, but he's good. He's just shown flashes, so that's kind of a good GBP player. Lakers, I really don't have much to say here. This is probably like a void game for DFS because it's two slow teams that are pretty good defensively. One of the lower totals of the season. Alright guys, let me know if any questions here in Slack. Alright, Portland. Carmelo's been playing big minutes. He hasn't been bad from fantasy, so kind of curious there. Alright. The Clippers, let me see, make sure this is showing up here. So, okay. Clippers, full house as far as I know. Let me just double check if this is a back-to-back, because that could be relevant. No, the next game is Friday. So no real risk of the Russ coming into play here. No one guy is going to really stand out here, I don't think. Any fantasy draft standouts? So, I mean, look at the salaries on fantasy draft and Yahoo real quick because I got a couple questions. Alright, fantasy draft. Oh shoot, this value isn't working here. Alright, so I'll sort by value. I think Kendrick Nunn, that's a really good price. Gay. Trails. I'm surprised Pirtle is kind of farther down here. For Rui over Thomas Bryant. I don't feel real confident in that, so let me go to some game logs. Alright, Yahoo. Some good plays. Terrence Ross has been playing like 28 minutes a game, so he's nice. Derek White, I think there's some good potential at $10 starting. Okafor, I don't have a lot of confidence in him. But Rudy Gay, 15, I think that's a lock. So I hope that helps a little bit. Okay. Let me go to the Washington game flow. Kind of see what's going on here. So like, the first thing I noticed, I mean, Hachimura played 19 first half minutes here, 38 minutes on the game, which is insane. Whistle Smoke asks, how should one change their strategy in higher stakes versus lower stakes? Well, higher stakes generally have smaller fields, so you don't want to go too far off the wall. But a lot of people play cash lineups, so like figuring out the best way to exploit those is probably the best. BKPS is Michael Carter Williams being back, Feck Ross. I mean, I doubt it. I think what happens is Wesley Wundu is dropped from the rotation. Can you eliminate some of the NA and FanDuel CSV projections? My bad. I'll have to take a look at that. Okay. So, let's try building some lineups here. I'll start with DraftKings because, why not? Okay. So this Detroit-Cleveland game actually is not looking too bad. Okay, so I forgot Hachimura. What I wanted to look at is, did CJ Miles being out actually change anything? So in this game, 9.5, 16 for 7 minutes, he'll be on pace for 32. And it looks like Jordan McRae and him alternated here. That would be bad for him because McRae is better than CJ Miles. Here we got, looks like Davis Bertans came in for Hachimura, and then Hachimura subbed back in for McRae. So what I'm really looking for in this latest game log is McRae coming in for Hachimura, because that would be a bad sign. but in this game, it looks like Bonga subbed in for Hachimura, and then Hachimura subbed in for Thomas Bryant, and Bertans played the center briefly, so that's kind of interesting. Second half, same thing. Hachimura was playing, and then they went big with Bryant, and then he subbed in for Bryant again. So this is really promising here, I think. I think that Hachimura may be one of the better plays of the day, because essentially with CJ Miles, let me make sure this logic makes sense. Alright, so CJ Miles didn't play in any of these games, so that was some bad logic I'm using here. So let me try and figure. Okay, so it's Wagner, that's the main thing here. So in games 1 and 2, Wagner played, and Hachimura got like normal rotations. And then this game where Wagner didn't play, he was replaced in the rotation by Bonga, who barely played much at all, at least in the first half. So I guess this logic I'm coming up with is Wagner's out, then Hachimura is a great play. If he's in, it's kind of a whatever. Let me just go back one more game here, just try to find out with CJ Miles, because CJ Miles is subbed in for Troy Brown. Wow, this isn't great. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, so I think Wagner is questionable, I believe. So we'll kind of wait on that news. Okay, and that game is a 7 p.m. game, I believe, so we should be alright. Yeah. I like it when guys like Hachimura go to plays though, because I feel like no one really knows who they are. Alright. Any love for James Hayden? Yeah, Chris Randon popping in here. Alright. Alright. Let me build some lineups. Fournier is popping out to me. Let me see when this ownership was so I can contextualize what's going on here. 54 minutes ago. I'm kind of surprised that some of these guys are really low around here. Thomas Bryant, man. Looks like he's just incredibly cheap. On the year, he's average, let's see, 31, and he's only 56. So that seems unusual. The matchup versus Orlando isn't good, but alright. Brandon Ingram's interesting, Alonzo. Alright. Luka looks like the good spend-up option tonight. So I feel like 9 is probably one of my locks. Winslow as well. Well, Winslow, based on this projection, I guess he's not that great. Looks like everyone is kind of like a good but not great value today. So Pirtle is someone I'm looking at. Gay as well with Aldridge out. Maybe this lineup I'll go contrarian with Lyles since he's 3%, and that'll kind of give me some flexibility here. So Luka is I've projected higher, and he's cheaper than Harden, so that's kind of interesting. All right. Looks like Paul George maybe is a decent one. Zubac, Asperbashua. I don't really love it. Let me see. So it's tough because he's like a good per minute guy, but he seems to average like 16 minutes a game, so it's hard to get excited about him. If you want Lou Will, I mean, it's a good price, but the usage is questionable now that Leonard and George are in the lineup, and that might cut away from his minutes too. Alright. So one group I'll mention I'll do today is Lyles and Pearl. I think that's important. You don't want those guys together. So let me throw in Thomas. Oh, I got Thomas Bryant already. Sweet. A lot of like pretty good plays, but not great ones here. I do need to spend up on some guys, so maybe I'll throw in Luca, then Lonzo, 8K left. I mean, looks like Harden fits pretty well. Alright. Carmelo, 0.3% ownership. That's kind of crazy. Alright. What do you say unique players and randomness at? So I'll probably say uniques at 3, randomness at 15, and classic 40 and pro. Any love for KEIM tonight? I need some elaboration there. I have no idea who we're talking about. Pirtle Lyles on FanDuel. I think that just pick your favorite one. I mean, Pirtle's a better play, but Lyles will be lower owned. Contrary ranking under 10%. Oh, this is BS. Alright, would you rather have players like T. Ross or NJ Hart and pay out for Harden on FanDuel? Yeah, that sounds like a good strategy. Alright. Porzingis the chalk today. Oh shoot, I forgot about Porzingis because he's so cheap. Alright, 6,500. So that means value would be like 33 and I have him at 35. That might not be that as good as I would expect. Alright, 287 is what I got. I'm a little surprised by this contrarian ranking, but I'm gonna go small apps and we'll see what turns out. So, oops. Okay. So I crunched the optimal here. 292. Mine was at 287, I think. Oops. So that was pretty good. It seems like kind of a wide open slate today, to be honest. So let me throw in this group because I feel like this is important. Lyles and Pirtle. Alright, Rohit asks, is there too much opportunity cost to paying down at FanDuel? This sound like Chicago Sirens. Yeah, it's Chicago. Alright. I'm not sure, Rohit, if you can be more specific about which players you're gonna fade in that situation. Okay. Any chance Aldridge gets ruled in and out a few more times? We gotta love it. Alright. So, optimal was 292, was it? Yeah. So I want to say above 282. Is Beal solid for cash? Yeah, I think so. I mean, okay. So what I'm seeing here, Bryant, I don't understand why he's so incredibly cheap, but that doesn't make any sense. If Wagner's out, like, I guess I have him projected like Wagner may or may not play, which makes him pop. If he's out, then he makes a really nice play. I determine ownership on fantasy draft. Um, I would just use DraftKings ownership because they're similar. But hopefully we'll get fantasy draft ownership up soon. Ideal user is Eubanks playable? I mean, I like to think so. But probably not. Alright, 292 or 282 and above. So I'll delete these. Oh shoot, what? Oh, Kem Birch. Okay. I'm not really on him today. Let me see what he's been up to. So he's had a couple of good games, but if you average this all out, you're getting an average performance of like 20 or something. Wizards are a good matchup, but that's not that good. Oops. Must be nice to be in a hot tub. Damn. Would Carmel be a cash option? I kind of like him, yeah. But I see no one is on him, so I'll have to kind of dig into that a little bit and see, because maybe there's something missing. 283, 262, 177 is the highest ownership. My bad. So maybe I'll delete the top 25% or so. And let's see what kind of royal lineups we got left. Oops. So Jonathan Isaac, kind of contrarian, I like that. Bam, pretty contrarian. Not a great matchup, but I'm seeing it's pretty easy to make a lineup that has one guy that's kind of sneaky, and if you do that, you'll have a pretty unique lineup. So I kind of think that is a good idea. But any chance you guys start doing boom bust for Yahoo? Yeah, it's a great idea. I mean, I should be able to do that. Let me add it to my list. Yeah, remind me if it's not up soon. Alright, let's go to FanDuel. So honestly, I wasn't seeing anyone that really jumped out. The guys I'm looking at, mostly Kendrick Nunn. I think that he's a nice play. Then we got the Aldridge being out, so maybe Gay. He looks like a lot kind of Pirtle. Lyles maybe the more appealing option at power forward. So kind of like that. We got this situation with House, so if he's out, maybe we see some value with McLemore or something. Alright. Lakers and Denver look pretty barren here. Any love for Bam? As for Bashaw, yeah, I think he's a good play. Don't have a real strong opinion one way or the other. Let me see how it looks. 7,900, so it's pretty good value. Position is good. They won't put Hachimura in because they're speculating about this injury. Alright, Fournier. Andre looks pretty appealing. Alonzo. Redick. This is where it gets kind of tough. Tyler Hero, I think could be a good alternative to Nunn, but I probably don't want to play them in the same lineup. Westbrook, Coach Crystal told me not to play her. Maybe DeJounte Murray is kind of I guess he's not a contrarian, but he's been cold, so maybe some people will be off him because they're watching the box scores. Alright,
TW says DK requires selecting 2 players before creating lineups. That's not accurate. So you just have to make 2 manual edits for whatever lineup optimizer you're using. I'm assuming it's not Fancy Cruncher because they wouldn't require that. Or they wouldn't ask you to lock in players on there. Okay. So I'm kind of coming up with nothing here, so I'll just throw in some dudes. Andre, I like Aaron Gordon, and then we got. I feel maybe DeMar DeRozan, and then I'll swap off Carmelo. See where I can go with that. Winslow, that's nice. Yeah. Playing Beard and Russ in the same lineup, good or bad idea? I mean,
Bad.
Joe, just say bad idea.
I researched it beforehand.
I don't think it really makes a huge difference, but it's definitely not an advantage. And neither of these guys are individually like great plays tonight, so I guess Harden on FanDuel is a pretty good price. I'll decide that. 305 projection here, so let me go to Fancy Cruncher, see how that stacks up. We gotta jump off pretty soon today, unfortunately. When you guys a power forward center, do you ever make him power forward only? I mean, I don't really worry about it. I think that Fancy Cruncher will kind of handle that for you. Or if you're hand building, I mean, you can just get the players you want. I wouldn't worry as much about the positions. All right. Oops, I'm on the wrong page here. So I gotta make this group on FanDuel as well because Lyles is a power forward. Oops, I made a mistake here. Getting a ton of Carmelo. I don't feel great about this. Let me see what's going on here. Man, he's been pretty good, like, for this price. So I don't know quite what to make of this. So I gotta make my optimal here. 314, and what I came up with was, oops. Shoot, I deleted it. Alright, anyway. So I'm gonna delete anything below 305. Or, wait. Yeah, 305. Jonathan Isaac is 6,900. Nice, says Joey. Nice.
Nice.
I'm playing him. So deleted the lowest projected lamps here. Ooh, Breslo's very nice. And then let's start by ownership. Can't see pen lamps I wind up with here. Highest owned was 197, so maybe I'll go to 170 or lower. And you play Griffin Love on FanDuel. I mean, I think it's fine, so I think he could be a guy that you like sprinkle in. But so if I go to his numbers for this year, actually, you know what? I'll go to Basketball Monster, of course, against site. But alright, Blake Griffin. So I'm gonna go to this per 36 numbers. They've been down a lot this year. So I'm gonna look at what stats he's down in. This defensive rebounding is like the huge difference I'm noticing. Shooting, not quite as good at shooting this year. Usage has been the same. Assist percentage is down a little bit. The problem is, I feel like this defensive rebounding isn't fluky. Like, that's a stat that stabilizes pretty quickly. So I think that he's going to have a little bit more trouble this year with fantasy. The assist percentage as well, they got a stronger group of guys around him this year, so I'm kind of thinking maybe it takes a dip. But the shooting I'd be less concerned about because of this career average is 56%. It's at 53, so maybe we bump him out to 56. Alright, so kind of finding some guys I like. Fournier, man, I'm surprised he's so well owned because dude, he's been really good, playing huge minutes. Josh Hart, we're gonna have to wait on some of these injuries to really go on. Will Williams on FanDuel, that's a nice price. Crowell is popping up. So I'm getting some good lineups here. Alright, Ben asks, do you think FC will add lace optimizer to Yahoo? I'm not really sure, but that'd be pretty cool. Alright, Hero can be volatile, but at 4.3 is that cash viable? Asks Matthew. I think he's a good play today, but maybe not exceptional one because Justice Winslow is back, so there's no real guarantee he plays 30 minutes. In fact, I would say that would be a little unlikely. Alright, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope this gave you guys some food for thought for how you're going to build your arms tonight, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks a lot.